Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, we're going to make a hamburger, but this is going to be my epic hamburger. So we're going to add a bigger burger, a much bigger bun, and lots of goodies to it, more onion rings. And I think it'll be quite tasty, and I think you'll enjoy it, and maybe you'll be inspired to make something, albeit on a smaller scale, of course. Won't you join me today as I make my epic hamburger with lots and lots of tasty toppings. Okay, now for the fun part. Anytime you're doing an epic meal, you always have to prepare for structural issues. You're not cooking normal food. Well, since I'm doing such a big burger here, I've got issues here, like how thick should it be? Is it going to fall apart? How do I get it out of a pan? So we're using a standard 9-inch cooking pan to form the shape of the patty, but I need to get it out. And we've already tried just using cake rounds, which is paper, and also saran wrap. It's just a mess. So we're going to use foil. I think that's the best route. So we're going to try that. So we're going to put a cake round in the bottom. We've already got foil everywhere pretty much. Now we're going to go ahead and take this cake round that Amy's suggesting I use, and I'm going to press it with the biggest flat thing that I can think of, which is this Pyrex measuring cup. And I just want to put down a good amount of pressure because I want this burger to hold together, right? I don't want it just falling apart. And I'm not going to cook it in the pan, because if I cook it in the pan, it'll just be meatloaf, right? Can't have that. I'm going to lift it up, right? So we're out of the pan. And now we're going to go ahead and flip it over. I can take this top paper off now. And we're going to peel the paper off. And as you can see, we have one perfectly formed 9-inch diameter hamburger. I don't know, it's about 1.5 inches thick. So that's pretty good. Before I put this hamburger on the grill, I want to season, of course. So I'm going to start off with garlic and pepper. And there's this one product by OBQ that's called double garlic pepper. And it's actually pretty good. So in this case, I can just go ahead and sprinkle to make it all happy. And then we'll put it on the grill. So today I'm actually going to be using a Weber Smokey Mountain. It's a water vertical smoker. Unlike the Weber grill, which I have to worry about indirect and direct heat and all that good stuff, I want to cook this thing kind of low and slow, kind of like an oven where you at least put it in there and you don't have to worry about flare-ups. I've got this thing at about 250, 275, so I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take to cook this meat, but I want it to cook close to medium rare, and then I'll take it off, and then I'm going to throw it on my Weber kettle grill at 700, 800 degrees, 900, whatever it is, and then I'll do a sear there to get the happy grill marks and everything that I want so bad, right? So a couple of things we're going to do here is we need to get this off the this turner here. So hopefully in one piece we'll do a flip and stay intact. That's good. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get a little more olive oil here on the top. And then For this side, I'm going to season it just a little bit different. This time I'm going to go with some Canadian steak seasoning. I'm just going to go kind of coarse. We'll see how much that falls off, right? We'll have a good crust. So let's just go ahead and kick it in here in the middle somewhere. And like I said, this thing's probably about a good 1.5 inches thick. So as long as I'm not hitting the grill with it, you should accurately see what it is. And so right now it's 75 degrees out here. It's taking a second for the meat probe to register the actual temperature of the meat, which should be closer to 40 degrees. So we'll see how that all goes. So that's about it for right now. We're going to go ahead and put the top back on this thing, right? Because with any grill, you want to maintain your heat. So now that my meat is up to the temperature that I wanted, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it over to my other grill, which is a higher temp. At this point, I'm not worried about potential flare-ups, which I'm going to get right there, because I just want to get kind of like a sear on it. I'm only going to cook it for a moment on each side, and then I'm going to go ahead and plate it. It's already cooked through. If I would have done this earlier, it wouldn't be cooked. It'd just be a mess. And I got to be careful because it looks like I had a little crack going through. I just don't want this thing to split on half on me. All right, now we're getting pretty close to the finish line here where we can actually eat the burger. So due to the size, I just can't put a little bit of mayonnaise on it and a little bit of mustard and stuff. I got to actually make a sauce so I can spread it, you know. So first thing I'm going to do here is grab some mayonnaise, right? So I don't know, there's like 2 heaping, 3, and it's not exactly tablespoons, but close enough, right? And then I'm not really going to measure. This is some of this blue cheese steakhouse salad dressing that I like a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and glob a bunch of that on there. So that looks pretty tasty. I don't know, that's probably about 1/4 of the bottle. And I just want enough mustard on here. I just want to make it where it's kind of like a pale yellow. So, I don't know, that seems reasonable. It's going to have a little taste of it, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. That's a good balance of the mustard with the acidity, and then the whole blue cheese, and then the mayonnaise just stabilizes it all. So I think we're ready to assemble our hamburger now. So now we got to actually cut the bread open to make our bun, right? Because as we previously discussed, a supermarket don't make them the size like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my knife about halfway, I guess. So I'm doing my best here, trying to cut this bread level. This knife is big, but the bread's bigger. Sesame, right? Hey! It's close enough. So we're going to go ahead and get this all ready for the burger, and we're only moments away from assembling it, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get some of this sauce on this bottom one here. So quite a bit of juices, and let me go ahead and get this guy out one more time here. So, all right, so he's on, and let's get him over. All right, we have about 1/2 pound of extra sharp cheddar cheese that I melted on here. So I think that's going to offer a lot of good flavor along with everything else we're putting on here. So now we're going to start putting the rest of the toppings on here. Okay, so we got all our toppings here. So we're going to start off with almost a pound of bacon here. Amy interfered, so that kind of hurts the finished burger. But when we got done frying them, we did put them on napkins or paper towels to absorb the extra grease, because we are trying to keep this low cal, right? And I got some jalapeno peppers that I went ahead and took the seeds out. And we got those fried up, so they should be tasty, right? Peppers are always good. Next, we got, I don't know, a little over a pound or so of some onion rings. So that's going to take care of the onion taste that's missing from this burger, right? Probably a reasonable amount, right? Because we're all about reasonable here, right? So now we're going to go ahead and get some mushrooms here going, right? We grilled up some mushrooms. So now that we got the mushrooms on here, we're going to go ahead and get some tomatoes on here. So, I don't know, start on the outside a little bit, right? Work our way inside. So, anyways, McDonald's, I hope you're watching this, right? One tomato doesn't cut it. So, I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. Dill pickle, that's for the cook, right? And now for the lettuce. Oh, I gotta put 2 on there. I'm not really a big fan of lettuce. I mean, it's good for you and all that. I don't know. I'll put it on there just because I'm supposed to. This is actually some organic stuff, so it's like really good for you, right? So maybe that'll save me from all this badness I'm gonna eat. Okay. If the jury's not going to kill me here, it's time to put the lid on this guy. And just want to push it down gently, right? And that's our burger, right? It stands just under a foot tall. So I think it's ready time to eat. Now the fun part, right? I gotta cut this thing up. So this is officially the biggest burger I've ever eaten. I will not be able to eat this all in one try. The onion rings, oh, they're kind of falling all over themselves here. All right, yeah, it's starting to lose a little stability here, so that's good, right? So, well, that's got to go on the plate. And can I get this guy out? Yay! Oh, yeah. And you can just smell the smoke, the pecan chips that I used. This thing, and you can just see that, right? Got a little pinkness in the middle there, so that was my goal, get this thing medium rare. All right, this is the point that we've been waiting for, right? Amy made the bread, I got sauce on here, we got all this lovely meat, we got bacon, we got onion rings, mushrooms. I mean, this is just great, right? So, but since I don't want to be too much of a pig, you know, I gotta just eat a modest amount, right? So, I think I can eat this with my hands, right? So, got a little piece of the bread, another piece of bread, and now we're gonna go for the middle. Oh. So the meat's fantastic. I got some of the bacon. Jalapeno is not very hot because I took the seeds out. Got a little bit of cheese. So it's an interesting burger to say the least. It's got a lot of good flavors. I'm thinking, even if you just make something half this size, maybe like a 2-pound burger, I think that'd be easily manageable, right? I mean, a 1 pound is a decent size, but 2 is decent. This was basically a 4-pound patty before we cooked it. With all the toppings, it's about 7 pounds. And it's incredible. So, Amy's bread did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to hold this all together. Because if we would have just taken some Wonder Bread, you know, it would have just been toast. So, I give Amy props for engineering the right bread for the job. It held up. I mean, do you see it collapsing over there? No. So, yay, Amy. If you like this recipe, you don't have to try it, but it'd be nice if a few of you try it and let me know how it goes, then that'd be really good. But if you at least enjoyed watching this, then please subscribe below, leave a comment, and visit our website at amylearnstocook.com. And we're on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook. Pickle. If only you were here to eat this.